Hello, Quarantine. I hope you're doing great. I hope you had a great Mother's Day weekend and did something fabulous for your mom. She deserves it, especially this year. This week's theme is all about health and wellness, and it's a really good one considering everything that we're going through, but also how to tie that back to the golf course. And I wanted to talk to you about the importance of stretching. I'm putting it in quotes because it's not really stretching when you're a kid. I wish somebody had explained to me that it wasn't actually stretching that I was doing. As a kid, you are probably already pretty flexible. You really don't need to stretch to increase your flexibility. No one tells you that, though. Your grandma or your mom or dad, or me for that matter, we do need to stretch to increase our flexibility. But as a kid, you are already flexible. You have amazing joint mobility. Everything already moves great. So anytime anybody says you need to stretch out before you're round, you kind of roll your eyes. The fact is, you don't need to stretch. You are correct. What you don't realize is what you're doing when you're stretching is, and what you do need to do is you need to increase blood flow. So have you ever wondered why when you start playing golf, maybe for those of you that are tournament ready, that by like the third or fourth hole, you start to actually, what you would call warm up, you start to really get into it and you're warmed up, right? What actually happens is that you've been walking, you've moved around, you've took a bunch of swings, you've took deep breaths that you didn't realize you were breathing better once you're out on the golf course, or heavier I should say, with more intensity maybe. And by the third or fourth hole, well, guess what? You are operating with the proper amount of blood flow in your body. So as a competitive player, and you'll see that everyone does this once you get better and better, but for those of you that are just starting to get into competitive golf, this little routine that I'm going to show you is of the most critical importance for you, not because you need to increase your flexibility, but because you need to increase your blood flow in your body before you play, so that that moment you tee off on the first hole, you are technically warmed up. So while everyone else will take 2 or 3 holes to get warmed up, you're ready to rock and roll right away. So let me show you what it is. I have to admit I had back surgery a little bit ago, so I'm not very flexible, so some of them I'll describe. But it shouldn't take more than 5 minutes. So I'm going to tell you what to do, demonstrate them, and then tell you how long you should do them for. So when you do this, this shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes. My demonstration might only last maybe 2 minutes, but when you do it, drag it out so it lasts at least about 4 to 5 minutes. No need to go more than 5. You do this right before you tee off. Okay, so this isn't done before you even warm up. This is done right before you go out for a good competitive round. Can be done right on the tee box. People might kind of raise their eyebrow, but who cares? You're the one who's going to get blood flow going before they are, and you might come out of the gate with a birdie or 2. All right, here we go. My shirt. My golf team sent it to me, and I feel so bad for all of you, especially the seniors who aren't going to get to play their senior year of high school golf. It's just terrible. Anyways, I want you to, one really cool thing to learn about is, I learned this in physical therapy, and this thing called TPI, Titleist Performance Institute. If you have any time, go on mytpi.com, and once you get there, there's so many different stretches and exercises that you can do that are really golf specific. But one thing that they taught me at TPI is that you're kind of built from the bottom up, or your body is anyways, your joints. If your knee hurts, it's probably not your knee, it's probably your ankle. If your hip hurts, it's probably something to do with your knee. If your elbow hurts, it's probably something to do with your shoulder. Every single joint you have starts out, one of them will be like this, okay, so it only works this way. The next one will work like this. The next one will work like this, and the next one will work like this. So if you look, start with my toes go like this, my ankle rolls, my knee elbow, shoulder, rolls. What our spine does is a really unique thing because it's broken into 3 different ways: lumbar, thoracic, and cervical spine. So explore some of that because it's really interesting to learn about the way that your joints work. Typically, if you have an injury, it's not really your hip that's injured, it's probably the joint below it. It's probably the knee. If your knee's injured, it's probably because you have limited mobility in your ankle. So that's something it's kind of cool to know. When you're standing on the tee box, this is what I want you to start with. 2 clubs. You're just going to hold them. You're going to do circles in the air. You're getting your wrists. Don't make your elbows move. Go this way, turn around, go the other way. Don't go so big that you're going to knock somebody out. Okay? I want you to do this for long enough to where it burns. So at least 30 seconds. Go this way, alternate sides. One forward, one back, one forward, one back. If you can do this a lot, you will be very happy with your forearm strength. This is a great tennis thing too. From here, just want you to go back and forth. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's just this, back and forth. Get them to go as big as you can. Back and forth. Alright. From here, keep holding them. I want you to do little arm circles. Forward, hold on to the clubs when you do it for a little extra weight. Forward. And backwards. Good. Good. Roll your head around. Remember, you are not doing this for flexibility. You are doing this to increase blood flow and oxygen to yourself. Someone my age, again, I am doing it for flexibility. This one, put both clubs on the ground. Okay, one in front of you, one behind you. Kind of kick one foot back. You're just going to go back and through. This one hurts me. Okay, back and through. You want to do 15 to 20. 15 to 20. Good. 15 to 20 of those. Remember, this whole thing should last about 5 minutes. Good. This one. This is Coach Nicole's favorite. This is a hip opener. Okay. Don't ever let your foot go back down. Don't let your foot touch the ground. Go both ways. Definitely slower this way. Oh. I could use a little work on that side. Good. Again, you can be doing this while you're standing on the tee box. If this is the order you go in, great. If you want to throw something else in there, great. Good. I'm just doing toe raises. This is simply increasing oxygen and blood flow in my body. That's the only reason a kid needs to do this. Probably want to do 30 or 40 of these. Okay, next one. I'm going to kind of struggle with this one because I'm injured. Pull, pull, and on this one, this is a golf drill. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but if you're here, I want you to point your club head down to the ball. Okay? Point your club head down to the ball, and then your grip down to the ball. I'm on the struggle bus with that one, but you'll be able to do that one. That's it. That whole thing that I just did should take you 5 minutes. It can be done on the tee box while you're waiting for the next group to tee off. Do it. Even in the 1 minute or minute and a half that took me to do just now, I can tell I'm kind of huffing and puffing a little bit. I can tell that I've been taking bigger breaths. I have more oxygen in my body than the guy who's standing next to me waiting to tee off. And you know what those nerves feel like when you're about to tee off at a tournament. Get that blood moving, get that oxygen in there, and this is a really natural way to do it. You will not regret doing this one.